In 1919, racial violence erupted across the United States like never before. Known as the Red Summer, attacks spread through dozens of cities, leaving communities shattered and exposing deep divisions. Though largely ignored for decades, this story of struggle, resistance, and resilience connects Black communities not just in America, but across the world. Understanding the Red Summer means confronting both the violence and the courage of those who stood strong. The events of 1919 did not emerge in isolation. They were rooted in a period of rapid change that followed the end of World War I. Thousands of Black soldiers returned home after serving overseas, having fought for democratic ideals that they hoped would extend to their lives in the United States. However, the reality they encountered was far different, as segregation, discrimination, and limited opportunities continued to define their everyday experiences. At the same time, the Great Migration was transforming the demographic landscape of the country. Black families moved from the rural South to northern and Midwestern cities in search of employment and safety, creating new communities and expanding their presence in urban areas. This movement brought both opportunity and tension, as competition for jobs and housing intensified, and long-standing racial prejudices were further inflamed. Within this atmosphere of uncertainty and tension, a series of violent incidents began to unfold across the country. In Chicago, the death of a Black teenager named Eugene Williams after crossing into a segregated section of a public beach triggered days of violent clashes between Black and white residents. The conflict spread rapidly, resulting in widespread destruction and loss of life. In Washington, D.C., violence erupted as mobs attacked Black residents in the streets, turning the nation's capital into a center of unrest. Meanwhile, in Elaine, Black sharecroppers organizing for fair wages faced brutal retaliation, highlighting the connection between economic control and racial violence. These events were not isolated incidents, but part of a broader pattern that unfolded across more than 30 cities. Each outbreak revealed the same underlying tensions, as communities were pushed to the edge by a combination of social, economic, and racial pressures. What distinguished the Red Summer from earlier periods of racial violence was the response that emerged from within Black communities. Rather than remaining passive in the face of repeated attacks, many individuals and groups chose to defend themselves and their neighborhoods. Black veterans, having returned from war with military training and discipline, played a significant role in this shift. Their presence contributed to a growing sense of readiness and organization, as communities began to prepare for the possibility of further violence. In several cities, residents formed protective groups, coordinated their actions, and worked together to ensure the safety of their families and property. This response represented a turning point, as self-defense became both a practical necessity and a statement of dignity. It reflected a broader transformation in how Black communities asserted their right to exist, to protect themselves, and to shape their own future. Beyond individual acts of resistance, the Red Summer also revealed the strength of collective organization within Black communities. Neighbors communicated rapidly, shared information, and supported one another in times of crisis. These networks of cooperation allowed communities to respond more effectively to threats, demonstrating a level of unity and strategic thinking that is often overlooked in historical accounts. Even under conditions of extreme stress, there was a clear sense of purpose and coordination. This was not a chaotic response, but a structured effort to survive and maintain stability in the face of widespread violence. The ability of these communities to organize and endure highlights a critical aspect of the Red Summer that extends beyond its immediate events. The consequences of the Red Summer were severe. Hundreds of individuals lost their lives, thousands were injured, and many communities were left with lasting damage. The psychological and social effects of the violence continued long after the events themselves had ended, shaping the experiences of those who lived through them. Despite its scale and significance, the Red Summer was largely excluded from mainstream historical narratives for many years. This absence contributed to a limited understanding of the period, leaving important aspects of American history unexplored and underrepresented. The Red Summer of 1919 remains one of the most significant yet underdiscussed chapters in American history. It reveals a nation struggling with change, a society confronting its own divisions, and communities determined to survive and protect what they had built. While the Red Summer unfolded in the United States, its meaning extends far beyond one country. It reflects a shared history of resistance, resilience, and identity that connects Black communities across the globe. Understanding this history is essential, not only for recognizing the challenges of the past, but for appreciating the resilience and strength that have continued to shape the present. If you found this story insightful, consider engaging with this video so that more people can learn about this important chapter. Share your thoughts in the comments, and continue exploring the untold stories that have shaped history.